Dwayne, a few days on from the Black Lion game, what's it been like here?
Yeah, I think everyone's disappointed, obviously, with the performance. Like I said after the game, I think that if you didn't respect the ball enough, and I think that we had 20 odd turnovers in the game, which is unlike us, and I think that penalties and discipline. I think our scrum was under pressure, obviously, and I think that hurt us in the end. And then I think that discipline and also our inability to hold the ball. I think that one thing we pride ourselves on, I suppose, is we want to have the speed to contact and to to make sure that that we don't lose too much ball in contact. And I think that the last 2 weeks we probably have, and I think that from disappointing one for us, because beyond Cardiff, I think after the Cardiff game, that area of the game was particularly good for us. We were very, very efficient in that area. But look, it's an area that we need to work on, obviously. But I think in general, there's a lot of disappointment around the performance.
When you like that, how do you do it? You sit through the whole thing. How do you?
No, I think I think there's a lot of talking to be done first, and I think that. Rugby, as I said before, is an emotional game, and I think that we need to find out what the emotions were and what they are beyond, and I think that, we have to build on that. We have to recognise that it wasn't a good enough performance from us. First and foremost, we have to deal with that, and then we move on to making sure that next performance is better.
When you have a game like that, can you just say how much it hurts the players and coaches? Because obviously all the fans do it, but
yeah,
you go home and you've got to live it, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's it. I think that it was a long couple of days for everyone before we had Monday off, came back, because the nature of this week moving into Boxing Day. So yeah, it was a tough couple of days for everyone, I'm sure, and I think that. But look, as I said, everyone deals with things in their own way. It was important that we got ahead of the boys first thing when we got on our first day back. Make sure that we talk about the elephant in the room, and then make sure we move on from that and build on that, because that performance for us wasn't good enough. We realised that. We realised everyone's frustration, both players, staff alike as well. So it's not just obviously players and coaches. We're here as an organisation, a lot of staff members, and also we recognise the frustration of the fans as well. So. Look, that's it's disappointment. It was a disappointing evening, definitely, but we have to move on. We've got a massive game in a couple of days.
What would you say to the fans? There's a lot of frustration. A lot of it is above your head and the board and stuff like that. But what would you say to the fans who've seen that? And,
yeah, look, it's obviously disappointing, isn't it? I'm here to say that we feel that disappointment as well. I've been in teams before. We've lost games poorly, and. It's how we bounce back, and we work hard to make sure that we put a performance together, and that's what we can do. We analyse everything, and and I think that we recognise that we need to be better than that.
A lot of the things will come on the coaches. It's just nature of the job, isn't it? How are you coping with it, and how confident are you in your ability to get the rest of the season like you did last year?
Yeah, look, we've been here before, and I think that. We didn't have a great start last year, and we have to find a way and a collective effort to get it out of it. And it takes a moment to change things around, and you've got to build on the next game. Giving clarity and giving confidence to the players. Obviously, that is the biggest thing. You have to give them the trust to go and express themselves as well, and. That's my job, to make sure that the messages are clear this week, especially after a loss like that, and to understand what we're trying to do on Tuesday.
How much confidence you got in your ability to do that?
Yeah, I am confident.
The Ospreys, is that the perfect game to play after something like that?
Well, it certainly is. I think in terms of sharpening the focus, I think it's one of the biggest games of the season at home, Boxing Day derby. It's. It'll be a good occasion here. I think there's 9,000 tickets sold already, which is fantastic from our end. We recognise the support of that, and we obviously in a tough time at the minute, and we'll fight hard to get out of that and put things right. And I think that having the fans behind us and a great atmosphere here is something that we all really enjoy.
How much you remind you what happened in Swansea? Are you motivated by that?
Yeah, look,
the local games.
Yeah, definitely. And I think there's two probably stand-up performances this year. Obviously, that one and the one on Friday that were disappointing for myself, particularly disappointing. And I think, we need to improve on that.
What's it like, Scarlets Ospreys?
Yeah, it's good fun. Yeah, it's good fun. Obviously I'm on the other side of the fence now as a coach, but I think that from my perspective, that it's always a massively emotional game, and it's a great occasion to be part of. To be honest with you, I think that going beyond that as well, sort of beforehand, the Neath Swansea derbies were always big, and then the Ospreys have, it's a great game to be part of.
How much you got a long injury list, 16 players? How much of that is a sort of mitigating factor thinking what's happening at the moment?
Yeah, look, that doesn't help. It doesn't help, especially when you look at the quality of players that are missing. International players or captains been missing. And that hasn't helped definitely. And I think that we have we've worked hard to try and build confidence in the younger guys, young element of the group who've stepped up in this period. But undoubtedly, having so many guys out, so much quality out, has affected it. But look, we have to. It is what it is. Part of the job and the nature of the sport. So, but over the next couple of weeks, we will have returning players, and they will boost the squad without doubt. Because some of our leaders and some of our real quality within the group, have been missing. So I think that having those guys back undoubtedly will help the squad. But in what it has done this period as well is given guys opportunity, and they most definitely, as much as it's been tough, they'll definitely learn from it.
And anybody back for 26?
Yeah, there's one or two. Obviously, Sam Lowsick, who's close to coming back, which is great to have Sam back. He's again, huge leader for us. He's been a bit of a gloss for us, player of the year the last 2 years. Wyn Jones will be back as well, and hoping that Joe Roberts will be fine as well. Hopefully, yeah.
Final one. Samson Lee's going to lead the side out. Retired last week. Just a word on him and the occasion and what he's done and the disappointment of having to retire at 31.
Amazing character. I didn't really know him before I came here, is the honest truth, because I'd left by the time he started as a player, as a young guy. I've been so impressed with him as a person. He's been fantastic Scarlet, great ambassador for the club. And I think that I'm very, we talk about guys who are injured and miss quality. Like, he's right up there on the list. I think that he's a guy who demands respect, leads, drives standards, and is such a proud guy to be a Scarlet, and so proud to be a Scarlet. And I think that he's going to be a massive loss for us. For me personally, as a coach, I think like he hasn't really played that much. Obviously since his injury in South Africa, but when he has been here, he's led massively. I think that front row of himself and Ken, obviously alongside him, they were a force to be reckoned with. Only last week, everyone's looking at the clips of him scrummaging against, running over the top of South African packs and things. It's fair play to him. I think that he'll be a big loss for us, but he can be proud that what he's achieved in the game, not just on the field, but what he represents here as well.
A good chance the crowd to see out with his family is a good way to go out in the space.
Yeah, I hope everyone gives him, obviously the welcome, not the welcome, the welcome, and I suppose the thank you he deserves, really. He was a champion bloke, really.
How's Ken?
Yeah, similar to where we were last time. If I'm perfectly honest with you, it was very slow progress, work in progress with him. I'm sure we'll see him back on the field, but he won't be in the short term. But I know that he's working hard, and Ken being Ken, his mindset is 100% to get back on the field. So we'll wait on that one, and wait for him to get back to some training.
Wel, sut wyt ti, sut mae'r garfar yn ôl?
Mae'r garfar hynny'n siomedig i fod yn onest, achos ni'n sylwi oedd y perfformiad falle ddim lan, ddim lan i'r safon o'n i'n disgwyl. Chybod o ran y gêm dechreuon ni'n a digon o ysbryd, ond o diwedd y dydd fi credu, chybod gydawon ni y Black Line mewn i'r gêm ar diwedd o'n nhw'n drech na ni yn wedig yn ochr gorfforol y gêm yn sgramiau a sgarmesu a rycs ag ati o'n nhw'n gwneud job arno ni a chymod mwyn a roi dolir i ni achos o ran fel i ni moyn ymosod, fel ni moyn amddiffyn, mae ran ni moyn well yna.
O ran y cefnogwyr, mae'n dangos bod nhw'n hapus iawn fel rhywun o'r ardal, clwb yn golygu gymaint, ti'n deall fel nhw'n teimlo?
Ydw, i'n deall, bendant, chybod, mae'n bwysig i nodi hefyd bod ni fel garfan, fel staff, fel clwb, chybod, ni'n fel Rambart, ni'n teimlo fe hefyd a mae pawb yn gweithio'n galed i trial troi byddach ar rownd a mae'n siŵr bod ni yn troi byddach ar rownd, chybod, mae nifer o pethach ni yn gweithio arno a mae nifer o pethach y chreuwyr ag ati'n dod nôl i ffitrwydd nawr a mae hwnna'n mynd i roi hwb i'r garfan achos mae'r garfan ar y funud chybod, isel ar rifau a mae lot o boes ifanc yn chwarae i calonnau mas a mae'n mynd i fod yn anodd ymwyll waith yn sefyllfaoedd fel wythnos diwetha a mae hwnna'n wir i weid mae heb falle fod o dan y bwys yna o blaen a mae rai bod nhw'n disgu a ymateb i ni, really.
Mae'n weithio cyfnod anodd, mae cefnogwyr dal yn gefnogi'r clwb o fel
Ie, yn bendant. A fi'n gwybod fel fi di cefnogi'r clwb ers bod fi'n 4 blwyddod, 4 blwyddod, a ni wedi bod trwyddo amseroedd gwael o blaen, a fi'n gwybod fel mor wych yw'r cefnogwyr, a fi'n gwybod bod nhw tu ôl ni 100%, yn amlwg bod nhw'n siomedig ar y funud, a fi'n deall ni, fi'n deall y rwystredigaeth, ond i fi fel y ffordd o'r tîm, fi'n hynod o browd o beth maen nhw'n rhoi i ni, a fi'n gwybod bod 10,000 yn mynd i fod yma, neu falle mwy gobeithio. Dyn Star Steffan a bydd hi'n awyrgych arbennig, mae'n siŵr.
A falle, jyst un canlyniad sydd angen i troi tymor rownd?
Yn bendant, chybod, ni'n edrych ar y gemau i ddod, yn y cyfnod nesaf hefyd, tan diwedd y tymor, mae lot o rygbi war yn y gyngred. Lot o gemau gadre fan hyn, dyn ni hefyd. Felly, mae'n holl bwysig bod ni'n cael y buddiogolaethau getre, a fel chi'n gweud, 1 canlyniad neu 2 canlyniad dros yr wyl, a byddai pethach yn edrych yn lot yn well gan symud mewn i gyda seibiant bach yn dod lan wedyn cyn y gemau nesaf gyngred.
Yn Abertawe, cwlwb os yn ôl mis prifau bod ond ydych chi ar nhw yn Abertawe yn fath o botten i chi, faint mae'n ysgwg i chi i daro pwys nhw?
Mae'n bwysig yn bendant achos chybod oedd pawb wedi cael dolir o'r gêm na. Yn gorfforol o'n nhw'n drech na ni a dactegol, chybod o'n nhw wedi gwasgu ni. A felly ni amlwg ddim ar yn gorau, felly mae rai bod ni'n well na ni yn ymwedig gartre fan hyn. Ni'n sylwi bod. Felly yn emosiynol o'n nhw'n fwy na ni. Ta'r wythnos yn ôl am hwnna'r peth mwyaf i fi, peth mwyaf ni wedi siarad am bwyty, yn emosiynol fi cyd nhw'n well na ni ar y gêm ni. A mae'r gêm yna ni'n emosiynol, mae'n ddarbu. Mae lot o teimlad yn y gêm a mae hwnna'n bwysig hefyd ac mae hwnna'n allu newidio ti neu newidio chi fel i fi'n teimlo mae'n bwysig bod chi'n cario hwnna hefyd y teimlad na wedyn fi'n credu nhw'n well na ni ar ardal ni'n bendant.
Dwi'n bod nhw'n lwcus dan ddiadau?
Os mae cwpl o boes bron o fod nôl, gweithio bydd laws sy'n ffit ni. Mae fe wedi colli fe yn amlwg achos mae wedi bod yn chwarae'r flwyddyn i ni dros blynyddoedd diwetha. Bydd Wyn Jones ddim yn bell, Joe Roberts ddim yn bell. A wedyn bydd Josh, Sam ag ati, Kemsley Mathias ddim yn bell wrth y syn bydd nhw dros wythnos nesaf bendant.